it's important to me as a person to know my neighbors. And I moved to a new house this spring and have really spent a lot of time investing in getting to know the people who live around me and building relationships with those neighbors so that I feel like I actually live in the neighborhood and I'm not just at a house that happens to be in a neighborhood. And that's equally important to me in our church. And given the timing of COVID and everything, I feel like it's been particularly difficult for us as a church body to be in this community and not just happen to be located in this space. And so something that's really awesome about this opportunity is we have been given an open door to be invited into this community. When I think of what defines what a community is, it's hard to think of something that's more connected to a neighborhood than the schools that all of the kids in that neighborhood go to. And so as I think about how important it is to me to be in this neighborhood, being connected with JW Reason feels like a really incredible opportunity to do that. So, and I know that I am not the only person in this church. I know that we as a church body feel called to be in this community. And so I'm really excited about the opportunity provided by the JW Reason partnership to be here and not just at this place. And then the second thing that's particularly exciting to me about this partnership comes from just my experience as an educator. When I think of the students that were in my classrooms who had a lot of needs, both academic and social and emotional, it's, as a teacher, I'm only able to do so much within the confines of the school day. And it is incredibly exciting to me to think of somebody else, if I'm in the shoes of a teacher, somebody else coming alongside who I can trust is also investing in the same students that I'm invested in and loves the same students that I love and wants their success in the same way that I want their success and has a little bit more time to do it without the confines of the academic curriculum that has to be covered. And so when I think of the importance of those after school hours and a structured activity that not just is a place to go, but a place to go that's filled with loving and committed adults who are a constant familiar face and who are providing opportunities to learn some life lessons in a safe space. That's really exciting to me. When I think of what Jesus has called us to in loving our neighbors, there's, as he makes clear, there are so many neighbors in the world, but how beautiful to start with the ones that are actually truly right next door and to love them with his love and to be tangible demonstrations of not just this church that happens to be next door, but we also show up and we don't just give you things, but we care about you as people. And it's wonderful to be able to provide for some physical needs that they've expressed to us with snacks and with water bottles. And that's good and that's right. But to actually show up yourself it says something different. It says, but we actually care. Like we really want to be in your life and in this with you. And so that's something that I think is a really cool opportunity with this grant. And then also when I think about my own life, it is in things that I have not felt capable of pursuing in my own strength that I most experience the joy that bubbles up from God and his gifts when he provides the strength for me to do things that he has called me to do. It's wonderful to live out of things that he has blessed me with, but it's a special kind of neat to rely on him to be providing that strength. And so I know for many people, you're not a former teacher, and the idea of going to an after-school program and leading things with kids is a little bit overwhelming, just as I'm sure there are many things that others are very comfortable with that I would feel like, I'd rather not do that. That doesn't feel like something that I'm comfortable with. And those are the things that we can then rely on God as our strength, and he meets us in our weakness, and we can truly point to him as our strength and not to our own abilities. I dream of the reality that students at JW Reason make connections with adults who show up there each week and want to see them more than just that one time. And and care to come to church on Sunday, to see those same people, to have those relationships more than just the one touch point. And so that's something that I have been praying for this partnership, looking forward, that this is something that makes this space that's right next door feel also like a comfortable home, that they feel welcomed in and excited to come to. And like, if they walk in the door, there are people here who know who I am and are excited to see me. And that's what the kingdom of God is. It's an open door that we walk in, and he's excited to see us here, and he's happy that we're here. And so if we're able to be that tangibly for our neighbors at JW Reason, that's really exciting to me.